Okay, here are the last problems, the last 6 problems of the day. So again, we're looking at our perfect square list and trying to come up with the highest number that goes into 90. So of course, like 45 and 2 work, but they're not perfect squares. So you have to pick things that are perfect squares. So I start with 81 because it's less than 90 and go down my list. And the only one that divides into 90 is 9. And 9 times 10 is 90. I know the square root of 9. It's 3. So this would simplify to 3 root 10. Here's a new twist, is there's a number in front. No big deal. We're going to just look at the square root of 18. And the square root of 18, the highest perfect square that divides into 18, again, it's from the list you wrote, is 9. Again, 6 and 3 divide in, but they're not perfect squares. It has to be a perfect square. So what happens here is we know the square root of 9 is 3. We already had a 5 out there, so they need to be multiplied together. So this 5 times 3, the square root of 9, which is 3, is going to be 15. So it's going to be 15 root 2. Here, the only thing being raised to the 1/2 power is the 500, so that becomes the square root of 500. And then again, from my list, the highest number that divides into 500 and is a perfect square is 100. And I know the square root of 100 is 10. And so I multiply that 10 by the 3. And I get 30 root 5. Okay, so when I have 243, I might need my calculator for this one. So I would try 144. That does not divide in evenly. I try 121. That does not divide evenly, although it's close. I try 100, and then it's going to be 81. So it's -6 times the square root of 81 times 3. So again, using your calculator to see if it divides in without getting a decimal answer is fine. And then I'm going to get -6. Whoops, I screwed that up, sorry. Times 9 square root of 3, so it's going to be -54 root 3. All right, and then here we have 294, so I have to think about that one a little bit myself. Let's see. 294 is not divisible by 144 or 121 or 100 or 81. Let me try 64. Whoop. Nope. 294 divided by 49. Yep. So again, I had to use my calculator because I wasn't really sure what divides into 294. And it does go, 49 does go in 6 times. So the square root of 49 is 7. So it would be 3 times 7, square root of 6. So that's going to be 21 root 6. If I say square root or radical, they all mean the same thing. This last one's intriguing because the only thing that's being raised to the 1/2 is the 125, not the negative. And if we had parentheses, it'd be different. The highest perfect square that goes into 125 is 25, and it divides in 5 times. And I know the square root of 25 is 5, so I get -5 root 5, and then I'm done. All right, I want you to show your work on your homework. I want you to do your work like I did mine here so I can follow your train of thought. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys, have a great day.